Okay, okay.
Manasa.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've logged
Okay,
in with
fine.
my team, this thing, so it will be Annapurni, but myself Manasa.
Okay, Mansa, actually, I just wanted to inform that I have like currently I'm working as a functional tester into Salesforce, and
Okay.
I'm been learning the automation Selenium also. I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
understand what exactly the Tosca and do we require any programming knowledge for this, and what is the duration is required to complete all this?
Yeah, actually, Tosca is a scriptless tool, okay? So you don't need any coding knowledge or anything. You can, if you are a manual tester
Hmm.
with the zero knowledge of coding, you can come away in my course and I'll explain you everything. Its total duration is 1 month. So
Okay.
basically, whenever you are assigned to any of the automation Tricentis project, Tosca project, they generally ask you to complete AS1 and AS2 because those two are the main days of the ones where they cover everything. So I have taken all the topics from AS1 and AS2. So with the whatever knowledge that I'm sharing here, so with this knowledge you can even complete two certifications in AS1 and AS2. It will be whatever we are covering is a practical session along with questions in AS1 and AS2. So you can complete all your training here, and I don't think any coding knowledge is not required.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Hope I
So
answered your question.
yes, yes, and most probably the classes will be conducted in the evening session only.
Yeah, this is the time. 9 to 10 is the time that we have.
Okay, fine. All
Yeah,
right, and
yeah.
Monday to Friday, not Saturday, Sunday.
No, Saturday and Sunday. Only Monday and Friday. If at all there is anything in Monday and Friday, if I miss any class to compensate that class, I'll be doing one class on Saturday. It's like very rare I do that class.
Is it Monday and Saturday and Friday or Monday
Monday,
to Friday?
Monday to
Monday,
Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Friday. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Oh,
yeah, sure.
that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brahma. And next, Afzal, you can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, Manasa. So my question is like, for performing or doing practical, we need Tricentis Tosca. And how would you accommodate Tricentis? Because it's a licensed software, right?
Yes, you have 1 month. If you have already go through, I mean, Tosca about Tosca, you will get 1 month free license. So whatever we are doing in this 1 month, you can get this free license and you can do it.
Okay. The features will be same or it's different? It'll be
Yeah, it will
different.
be. No, it will be same. Whatever we do in the project is the same that we do in the classes.
Okay. So we will, one more thing is like, we would also have recorded sessions for this,
Yes, yes, you
whatever
do
we are
have the
doing.
record. Yeah, whatever we are doing, you have the recorded sessions. You can go through our recordings. If you have any doubt after the session or if you have missed any class, you will get the session recording.
Okay. And Manasa, I've not got the curriculum and other things shared because I joined late in the group. So if
Okay.
someone can
So
share me, that would be good
yeah,
enough.
actually, you can. There is one link that is being shared by my team on the on the WhatsApp, right? So there is a curriculum train, and the curriculum is mostly concentrating on the total AS1 and AS2 certifications, whatever the syllabus is there in AS2 AS1. This is the high level
Okay.
curriculum, like main topics that have covered. But when we are going into the each day session, right, I'll be adding few
Mm.
more topics in this, and we'll be completing the total AS1 and AS2, whatever is there syllabus for AS1 and AS2. We'll be covering all those things.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope I have answered your question, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Yes. Abhijit, do you have any question? I see your hand still up.
No.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then thanks. So I think we are all. Josna, you want to ask something?
Yeah, just small doubt, Mansa. Actually, after the completion of 1 month trial period, that trial version access they will be giving for 1 month, right?
Yeah.
So after that we can re-register again for practice purpose, and we can with a different username and we can access that.
Yeah, actually, they take it with the organization level. I
Okay.
don't think we can do it after 1 month. We can
Oh,
check if there is any other way. We can check if there is any other thing. We can
okay.
discuss
So
that
in
in the later classes. Okay. Okay.
okay, in case of practicing again,
Yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand your thing, your point. Okay.
yeah. Okay, Mansa. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so with this, I understand you have some, you all who are all attending these classes have some knowledge on manual testing, and you are very well versed in manual testing. So based on that, I would like to start today's session. Uh, Thank you for being so interactive. It is very good that I get some energy from you if you are interactive, so that I can explain you very clearly. Okay. So I'll just go through what all the topics, because there are few ones who are still not sure about the topics. Okay. So first day we'll do the introduction of Tosca, and we do installation in 1 day. So this is 2 days topic, and creation of workspace, license activation, how to do this license activation, and then how to create a module, test case structure, test step values, dynamic dates and synchronization, action modes and table steering. So these are all actually the main topics which I have listed out. There are few more topics in between. When you do on action modes, there are few more subtopics that will be there. Okay, at that time I'll list down all the subtopics. Okay, and libraries, how to rescan, how to define a value range, and how to define a self-defined test configuration parameter, how to do business parameters, what is dynamic ID, dynamic comparison, result count and repetition requirements, how to create an execution list. So once you create a test case, you have to create an execution list. So we'll see all of them. Loops and conditions, recovery and cleanup scenario, constraints and fire events. We can also do Excel operations, how to do this. There's one more topic called TDS, test data management, and TDS and TDM, and how to use templates, modification of templates, how to run the reports and automation tests, and how to do API testing using Tosca. We'll do a one sample API testing thing project here, and how to do database testing using Tosca, how to integrate CI/CD using Jenkins and Tosca. What is a method or what a methodology? And Dex, we'll also see how Dex works and how to integrate with Dex. And basic shell scripting also we can do. What, how to do a mail engine in Tosca, everything, standard modules. And I will also help you with resume preparation if you have any I mean any gaps or thing. I can help you how to how to modify your resume. There will be interview questions, and there will be after every session or 2 days once. I'll make sure that you have like 10 minutes of quiz where I'll try to cover all the topics that I have covered in the last session. So it will be like 5 to 10 minutes of quiz every day, and I will also help you in preparation of certification. So whenever we are doing all these things simultaneously, we'll be doing this certification process also. So this is how I will plan my session, and then I can move to today's session. Okay. So again, I will welcome you all to my session, Tricentis Tosca, and I am Manasa, the trainer. So I'll be helping you, and I'll be learning along with you the Tricentis Tosca. Okay. So first of all, before going to what exactly the Tosca and what everything, we have to understand what exactly an automation testing is. Why are we doing automation testing, and what is the purpose of automation testing? So let us see what is automation testing. So automation testing is nothing but you write different scripts. You have to write the different scripts. You have different tools to write a script and all. You have to have a framework first, and then you write the script, and then you whatever you do it is on a software, and then based on the software you run those test scripts, whatever you have written. Okay, so now we'll see what exactly is written here. So manually, when testers write the test cases and execute them repeatedly, is known as manual testing, so which is time consuming and test results are not sure. So there might be one scenario you have to complete like 250 test cases in a single day. So and there is a time constraint that you have to complete it in one day. So it will not be possible for you to complete all 250 test cases in one day manually. So in that scenario, what you do is you do it in an automation testing perspective. So when you try to automate it, these 250 test cases can be completed in 1 hour of time. So what is happening when you're doing automation testing, you are saving time, you are saving energy, and you are even saving the effort. So in manual testing, if you want like 4 to 5 testers to be completing that 250 test cases, in automation you just simply click on run button and all the 250 will be running automatically. So here that manual effort is also lost. So to recover these drawbacks, automation testing is coming into the existence. So with automation testing, developers, testers keep everything in their hands, boosting the productivity. So we are boosting up the productivity by introducing the automation. So manual testing is best suitable for usability testing and ad hoc testing and usability testing, whereas automation testing is suited for load testing or regression testing. So regression testing is nothing but we are repeatedly doing the same kind of execution again and again. And the other one is a performance testing. Okay, so please feel free to stop me anywhere. If you feel I'm going fast, let me know. I'll break it down for you and stop me whenever you have a doubt. Okay. So now we'll understand what exactly is Tosca, why we have to take Tosca, not other tool, and what is different Tosca, what is different between other tools. Okay. So today we'll learn about what is automation testing. I have already told you what is automation testing. Now we will learn what is Tosca and what are the different features in Tosca and why you have to choose Tosca. So we have so many tools in the market like Selenium tool, QFT tool, other all tools. So why only Tosca? I'll tell you about why Tosca and how Tosca is different from other automation tools. So when we see the differences between other tools, we'll automatically understand why Tosca. Okay, so basically coming to what is Tosca. So Tosca is an everyone knows Tosca is an automation tool. So but Tosca is an abbreviation of a full word called topology and orchestration specification for cloud application. So Tricentis is the one who has developed this Tosca. So for Tosca is an abbreviation of and Tosca stands for topology and orchestration specification for cloud application. And as I told, you don't need any coding experience. It is a scriptless tool. So there is no code that is written. You just have to drag and drop. It is a very pretty simple tool. Any manual tester with manual experience can directly walk in and learn Tosca and start implementing Tosca. Okay, and it is also an AI based tool, and there is no code automation tool from end to end test automation. So wherever you see, it's like you have to only use whatever is there in Tosca. You know there is nothing you have to write the code. Okay, and you can automate web application. You can automate different different applications like web application. You can do it. You can do it at desktop application. Desktop application is nothing but the one application which you are using while you are doing in a desktop. And API based application. So API based application also you can do it with the help of Tosca. So it uses artificial intelligence and different technologies to identify all the elements on your application. This point you will understand when I explain you about module. Okay, so when I'm explaining about module, you will understand how this artificial intelligence is playing a role while we are doing a Tosca. And Tosca is a continuous testing platform that delivers fast feedback for Agile and DevOps. So when you are working in a Agile project, so it is this tool is very much perfect for you to understand because it is very easy tool and it is mostly used for Agile and DevOps tool. So you can integrate your test cases with the help of DevOps, and you can run all your test scripts again and again and again. And how many times you want, you can do it by using different other tools like CI/CD tools, Jenkins, which can deliver our execution fast. So we can integrate Tosca with CI/CD tool like Jenkins, which will deliver fast feedback for our agile development teams. So it will also ensure availability of appropriate test data anytime uses Tosca test management, through which it can store all different test cases and test data which is available at any point of time. So there is one plugin called Toaster Test Management, where you can store all your test data. So whenever you come back and you want to see that particular test data, you can come up and you can see it. So that is the one good advantage of Tosca. Okay, so now why to choose Tosca? So Tosca is like a cutting edge on linear queue technique. This I will explain you in the coming classes. And now, for now, you understand that it is developed on a linear queue technique. And the major element of this tool is it differentiates from the competition. It is totally a model based approach. So because as it is a model based approach, it is very easy for any user to use it. Okay. Okay, so now we'll see some advantages of Tosca. So what exactly advantages of the first thing from starting, I'm telling it is a scriptless tool. For you, don't know, there is no need for you to understand any script. For Selenium, you have to learn Java. For the UFT, you have to learn some other scripting language, anything. Here, there is nothing you have to learn. Only you have to learn is whatever is there, you have to use them. That's it. So utilizing Tosca significantly improves the efficiency of the scriptless test automation. Tosca enables scriptless automation for all devices and all organizations. It is not like only for me, it is scriptless for other, it is not scriptless. It is not like that. It is scriptless for anyone, any project, any tool, any organization. Okay, and it is very simple to use. It is very user friendly. If you open Tosca, you can be able to navigate between everything. Okay, here I see module section, here I see a test case section, here I see execution list. So this is how it is very user friendly, and any expert can quickly master this tool. And it is less framework writing. So Tosca automates the built framework already is there. So whenever you are trying to just use the parts that is already there in Tosca, so it is automatically wiring up that framework. Okay, and it is highly reliable. Tosca claims to support asset reuse and copy paste functionality for unit testing in subsystems. So it is highly reliable, and it has a powerful query solution. So it includes here you can do a database testing with the help of SQL. You can also do a database testing with TSQL. Okay, so yes, there are few disadvantages of Tosca also. As you are trying to understand what are the advantages of Tosca, you can also understand what are the disadvantages of Tosca. And it is always necessary for everyone to understand the disadvantages, as you all are already understanding the advantages. So what are the
Um,
disadvantages of Tosca?
Sorry to interrupt, Mansa. Just wanted to
Yes.
understand, as you said, for database testing, we can do it. Know about it already because I'm not that
No,
good at queries. So,
yeah, you have to get a simple query. So SQL queries, it's not that thing. Hard for you to understand. It's a simple
mhm.
SQL query. You can query it from your SQL. From database, and you can use it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's not like you have to write like 10 to 15 lines of queries. It's a very
Uh-huh.
simple query to fetching and to updating. There is nothing we update while you do testing, right? So only
Mhm.
fetching, and if you want to delete or if you want to see whether it exists or not. It is very simple SQL queries, you have to write it.
Okay, okay. Got it.
Yeah. And now coming to disadvantages of Tosca. So you have already known the advantages. Now you have to understand the disadvantages. So if you want to run this Tosca in Mac or Linux, you cannot do it because it doesn't support Tosca for those devices. It only supports the Windows. And there are difficult modules. So under Tosca, components are saved in the modules that are identical to objects, but modules are much complex to handle in comparison to. So suppose there are two or three different modules with the same name or same structure. Sometimes it is little difficult for you to handle when you are trying to merge different modules or all. Then there might be some difficulty that you will be facing while you are using the same kind of modules. Okay. And significant maintenance issues. Yes, there is some maintenance issues that is happening because it needs a large space, it needs large time, a large space, and whenever you have your project is migrating, so the sometimes it might face some issues, maintenance issues, and integration issues. It cannot be used in conjunction with Git to manage testing results. So for Git, it is not that compatible. When you are trying to manage your test cases with Git, it is not that compatible, so it won't support Git and all, but rather it will support Jenkins, CI/CD, DevOps, other tools and all. There are other tools that is helping Tosca to do that testing. Okay. And now we'll see why not Selenium, why Tosca. See, Selenium is a free resource and open resource. And why I have to purchase this tool and why I have to take this. So there might be a question from your client. So at that time, when you understand this difference, you will be easily answerable to them. Okay. So Tosca is a licensed software application. That is all that everyone knows. And Selenium is a free and open source software application. So Tosca has Tricentis theme solid customer. So whenever you have any issue or if you have any doubt or something, in Tosca there is a proper customer support, and there is a proper customer support team where you can talk with them and you can tell, okay, this is my issue and what I have to do. So for that they will give us help also. So if in your project as a team, if you are trying to I mean, if you have an Tosca architect and your architect can directly talk to them saying that we are dealing this project from this company and we will be having a customer support. So at that moment also, at that time also, they'll give a separate customer support for your particular project. So I have seen that being given to one of the project which I was working. So as an individual resource also, if you're doing it as an individual resource, you have a customer support team, you can just log a ticket there and you can say, okay, this is my issue, you can do it. And you have so many already, there are so many people that have already the customer support. You can go through all the resolutions that they have given and you can resolve your issue. Whereas in Selenium, it is not. There is no separate dedicated team for this. It's just you have to do an R&D on your own and you have to decide, okay, whether this is correct or not. And the framework is defined in detail and is proposed by customer service team. So they will help us in designing. So if there is anything that newly that you have to implement to your team or something like that, you can always support, you can always call them and you can always support, ask their support to design your framework and all. They will help us in initiating the project in the starting, and they will rest all the access will be given to us. So in one of the project which I was working, what they did is they have set up all the project, everything, even for access also. Every time if a new resource is coming to the project, I have to raise a request to the Tricentis team. They will respond if this particular resource can be come into this project, and then based on the licenses that the company has purchased, and then they give the access and they set up everything to a particular user, and then he can start up his work. So that's kind of support you get from Tricentis support name. Okay. And Selenium doesn't have anything. You have to create your own specific framework. And here Tosca requires no coding. No coding is required. But here it has a heavy coding that you have to write a framework, then you have to write your methods, you have to call your methods, and each and every page you have to write so many method calling should happen, method overloading can happen. All these things you have to be pretty much sure about this coding, Java coding. And there are library of objects available. So when you go on to the object repository topic, you will understand what is a library of objects. So everything is inbuilt here. For a few standard things, there is an inbuilt library that is present in Tosca. With that, you can easily have all that accessible, and you can use it in your particular test case. So here it lacks an integrated, it doesn't have any object repository. Whatever you do, you have to do it in your framework. Based on your framework, whatever you write, you have to call your objects. There is no particular object that is defined purely in Selenium. And Tosca has a built-in reporting tool. There you it is very easy for everyone. So when you map your requirements with the test cases, you can go simply take that particular graph and take that particular analysis, and then you can show it to your team or team lead saying that okay, this is what we have done till now. So suppose your manager is coming and asking you about what is the execution how many test cases are run till now. It's been day 2, I don't have any report. At that moment you can go to the execution list, you can show whatever is there in that particular execution list. You can show that graph, and you can show that okay, this is what is happening in the project. So day 1 we have completed these many test cases, these many are passed and these many are failed. Day 2 we are doing this kind of test case. So this is how you can show everyone a report, and it is very user friendly for you to drag this report. And this report, built-in reporting is there in Tosca. So here in Selenium, there is no such thing. You have to manually count how many test cases are passed, how many are failed. So it lacks a built-in reporting. So in comparison with Selenium, Tosca test cases are highly reusable. So yes, here when you come to reusability perspective, Tosca has that concept of reusability. We can reuse all your test steps or test cases. You have one separate concept called reusable test step blocks. I will tell you very clearly how we can do this reusability, how this reusability works. Okay, and Selenium test cases are not easily reusable, so you have to put lot of effort if you have to use it. Okay, because there you will call that methods, and method overloading happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen. So here, this Selenium test cases are not that much reusable. And Tosca is equipped to perform SAP impact assessment, data warehousing testing, and exploratory management. So Tosca is supporting SAP data warehouse testing, and exploratory management also is happening. Exploratory management is nothing but when you try to, so suppose you have mapped your requirements to your test cases to your execution list, then you can your manager can come and directly see how many require for how many requirements, how many test cases are built, and how many test cases, what is the execution that is happening, how it is, how what is the trend of the execution that is happening. So all this can manager can directly come and see. So and Selenium does not support SAP impact assessment. It is just for unit test design and test data management and exploratory management. So this is the main difference between Tosca and Selenium. And now you can say, okay, Tosca has more advantages than Selenium. So now you can easily tell your client or the customer or your manager saying that, okay, I want to go with Tosca because this is the advantages, and this is how we can show up with the this thing client. Okay. So with this, I'll start. What are the features of Tosca? Okay. So basically, these are the main features of Tosca. So again, here also they'll say it is a scriptless, and it is model based, and you can run API testing, test data, and multi-app support you can do, and distributed execution, everything. We'll see one by one what exactly is. So model-based feature. So as a part of test case development, testers need to create a module. Okay, so every for every test you have to create a module. So module is the basic unit that you do where you start your testing. Okay, so on that unit you take the functionalities, you can start write your scripting. Okay, so the modules contain the technical information to automate the functional test steps. Okay, so this is how. So whatever application, it might be an SAP application, it might be HTML, it might be a Java application, anything you pick up, what you have to do first, you have to create a module. So module is nothing but it has a technical information to develop the test cases. So we have to combine this modules to another important aspect called risk-based testing. So once this module is created, we create a test cases, and test cases contains all the business information. So this is called model based testing. And after that, what is other one is risk based testing. So risk based testing, which means Tosca is capable of assessing the risk with how many test cases you are creating. So how many, so for this particular requirement we have created this many test cases, and what is the risk that we might get in future. So suppose I tell the 10 test cases I have created, out of which 6 might be failing every time because of this issue. So this kind of risk analysis you can do it based on this risk based testing approach. And basically it can subset or identify the entire test suite, which will minimize the chances of risk. So once the execution is completed, you can say, okay, this is the risk that we have minimized. This is the risk that we have. I mean, these are the risks that we have identified, and these are the risks we are measuring by considering the automation test suite, and that is called risk coverage. And this risk based testing is happening in Tosca. And I told Tosca is a scriptless test casing, which means that just test cases can run developed just by dragging and dropping the methods of modules. So whatever you have created in the module, you just drag and drop on the test case. Done. You have to change few things in your test case, and then you can do it. Okay. And test data parameterization. So once you do this, you have to input some test data. Suppose there is a input box there, you have to input some data. So that kind of test data, whatever test data you have to give, whatever parameterization you have to give, and whatever implementations or verifications you have to do on the test data, you can do it through configuration. So there is one separate concept called test configuration, where you can input your data, you can parameterize your data, you can implement your data, whatever you want, you can do it with the help of test configurations. So anyone will be able to develop test cases with minimal skill set and training. So that is how it helps in scriptless testing. So, and the next feature is distributed execution. So suppose in this, what is distributed execution? Distributed execution is nothing but you identify some set of test cases that needs to be running like in different environments or different browsers, anything, or at different times. Okay, so at that moment what you do is you identify this dex server, you identify one server where you distribute all your test cases between different systems, and then you just run it. And once so suppose I have to run it post 10 p.m. in 10 p.m. of IST. Okay, so that at that moment what happens is I just trigger this dex distributed execution at 9 or 9:30 daily in my time. I just set the time to that particular in the Jenkins tool. And what happens is I don't have to sit in the office like after 10 o'clock and sit and tell, okay, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. I'll just set the time and I go. Aram say I come back in the morning and I can say check the results. Which test case is passing, which test case is failing, which test case run on which server. So all those things we will explain. We will have a clear picture when we are doing DEX. Okay. And based on the configuration of this distributed execution, we can schedule the test execution in multiple systems in unattended mode. So that is what I don't need to sit till 10 or 11 p.m. in my time, and I have to check what is happening in the execution cycle. And Tosca can also be integrated with third-party tools like Jenkins, Jira, Azure DevOps, everything. So whatever test case you have created, so you can directly map into the Jenkins or you can map in Jira tool, and you can see, okay, what is the test case passing. So once this test case is passed in this particular Tosca tool, automatically it will update it in the Jenkins, in Jira tool or in ALM tool. So that also happens in Tosca. And other important feature are dynamic test data. So how it handles data, there are different ways it handles the data. It is TCD, TDS and TDM are different concepts that we'll be learning in future. So these are the three different tools. TCD is test case design sheet, and test case management thing, and test design server. So there are different test data management that we can do with Tosca. And Tosca also has one important feature called recording. So this feature helps us to understand, record, and create a test scenario just by a single clicking. So, and Tosca is also compatible by different applications like Salesforce, SAP, Power Builder, .NET, mainframe, mobile, and mobile devices. So, whatever application it might be, you can just get it and you can just automate it with this Tosca. So that is a uniqueness of Tosca. So as it is compatible with these many applications, most of the people are actually going for Tosca tool. And you can also do API testing, and you can also do API testing. So API testing is nothing but ability to test before we complete. So developer completes that particular development of that particular application, or he's not ready with some kind of application or components. At that moment, his developer says, "Okay, we have to do an API testing." So that moment, if you're going with Selenium or any other tool, you have to again go for Postman or SOAP UI or any other tools that your project is. But when you are implementing Tosca in your project, you can simply say, okay, I can do manual testing also with Tosca. I
Yes,
can do automation testing also, automation API testing also with Tosca. So that is why Tosca, see, that is the reason most of the people are opting for Tosca, because it is compatible with so many applications with different
Can I
types
speak?
of testing. Yes, yes, please.
Yes, sorry, Manasa. This is Siri. Actually, in the first slide, it is mentioned like it is for cloud applications, and here it is compatible for different types of applications. So, what is that?
Yeah, cloud is nothing but web
Same,
application.
yeah, web application. So, do we need to have the knowledge on SFCC, something
No,
like that, prior to this? No need.
nothing.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. And
Hi, Manasa. I
yes,
have one
please.
question. Uh,
Yes,
as
yes.
this is a Tosca like application, it is for specifically for SAP application, or
It is not specifically for SAP application, but it also supports SAP application.
okay, are we doing any demo SAP application in this session?
No, no, no. For this session, we are not. We are only looking for web application. That's it. I can
Okay,
help you with desktop also, but SAP and Salesforce we are not actually including in this, because this is a basic training for AS1 and AS2.
okay. Will that be similar, the SAP and Salesforce
Yeah,
application
yeah.
and the web-based
Actually,
application?
if you know the basics, like if you can do that in basic like web application, you can replicate the same in SAP and Salesforce also. There might be few challenges that while identifying, identifying a particular, what I can say, some
Element?
some input box or element in the thing that might vary, but most of the thing whatever we are learning on web based application will be same in Salesforce and SAP, because I am the one who has done web applications more, but I have nil knowledge on Salesforce. But I still, with whatever knowledge I had in web based application, I could complete Salesforce automation completion also.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, Manasa Aparna is here.
Yes.
And in this present training, are you going to cover this SAP Tosca automation, or else in this
No, no,
session, in
SAP.
this training, it's not there?
No, SAP and
Okay.
Salesforce, we are only covering web applications here.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, okay, no problem. Any more questions?
As you worked on, Mansa, as you worked on Salesforce, will you give us some comparison when we are doing? Because nowadays it is Tosca is asked for Salesforce and SAP applications. The openings we are seeing for the same. So while in interview, there might be questions on, particularly on Salesforce and SAP. So will you give
Yeah.
us some, difference like,
Yeah, in
okay,
the
web
middle,
application?
yeah, in the middle, I mean, I can tell you the difference, what might be the difference in Salesforce, what might be the, but most of the time it is only the web application I'll be mostly covering. Okay. But in the
Okay.
middle, if you are seriously interested, I can tell you, okay, what will be the difference between the web and Salesforce, and what are the challenges I have faced while doing the Salesforce, and how I overcome all those things. Those things and all we can discuss in the in the sessions.
Okay.
But my main focus is only on web application testing. Okay. Okay. Any more doubts, or can I continue? Okay, I take it as a go, and then okay. So that is what. So it helps in API testing, and using API Tosca, we'll able to test the corresponding application with simple steps. Okay. And coming to the Tosca architecture, so this is a Tosca architecture. So here we have five main components mainly. So one is Tosca Commander. This is a one Tosca Commander and Tosca Scan Wizard. So scan wizard, and then this is a scan wizard, and then comes the executor, and then comes the repository. This is a repository and license server. So these are the main things where you will be working on Tosca, and Tosca commander is the one which you where you create where you try to manage the test automation activities such as developing your test cases, creating your test cases, maintenance, reporting, everything you do in the Tosca commander. And coming to the wizard, scan wizard, here it will help us to maintain all the modules. So whatever modules you've been creating for this particular project and particular test cases, everything will be under scan wizard. Okay, you can create modules scanning in used to capture the technical information of the application we are testing. And coming to the executor, this is executor where you have different engines, and Tosca executor manages the test execution. So whatever test executions you have to do, it will come under test executor, and it will create some test logs also. And coming to the test repository, so it is used to store the thing will be in the this repository. And there are different databases that like Oracle, Skill Server, DB2, everything that can be used according to your project. They'll be choosing one server, and based on that we'll be interacting. Okay. And Tosca license server, this is the one which helps us to manage all the licenses of our particular project, and it will help us to configure, it will help us to connect to Tosca, it will help us to validate the license for this particular tool. So this is the main five components that we have in the Tosca architecture.
Mansa?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Mansa, I just wanted to understand, like, as you said, with web application, desktop application, and other things we can automate using Tosca. Can we do it end to end, or is there any, the drawbacks or any limitation for the any such applications?
Yes, we can do an end to end. Suppose there is one scenario, you have to
Mm-hmm.
fetch something from your command prompt, and then from
Mm-hmm.
command prompt, you have to input that thing in your web application, and then the execution continues. So, such kind of scenarios you can always connect. You can always do, but there are, I mean, for few desktop applications, if you are not able to identify that particular thing, so there might be few challenges also. There is one scenario where I have come up where there is a blank screen. It's not exactly the command prompt, but there is a black screen that will be working. So there I have to put input some commands. So generally, when I'm trying to input some commands, it was not accepting in any of the form. I tried writing the script also in Tosca, it was not accepting. So at that point of time, what you used only for that particular test step, we used to do it manually, and then our rest of the test steps we used to do automation. So there are few challenges while doing an end-to-end, but most of the time we can complete an end-to-end if it is a command prompt or something, some other web application where we can identify the elements properly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
sure. Okay, so this tool can be accessed through different user interface such as GUI, which is called graphical user interface, which where the user can see that looks graphical looks for the user, and other one is a application programming interface and command line interface. Command line interface, something like command prompt, everything. That is what we can access this tool. I mean, we can use this tool to integrate with different types and we can also do this integrated test management. So this is what I want to cover for today's class. If you have any doubts for today's class, please let me know. I'll be happy to help you. Or else tomorrow we can connect with the next session. Tomorrow we'll see how to install Tosca and how to get a license for, I mean, free license for 1 month. And from tomorrow we can start working on our Tosca tool. I hope you have a good session, and I hope you understood.
Yes, thank you, Manasa.
So,
Yes. Okay.
excuse me, Mansa.
Yes. Yes. Please tell me.
Yeah, so can we use this across the domains like insurance, healthcare? So any of the domains
Yes.
can be we can use, right?
Yes. Yes. We can. We can.
Okay,
We can use.
okay, okay.
I hope you all had a wonderful session. Have a nice day. Thank you for joining today's call.
So do we get the recorded session for the day one from the demo session itself?
Yes. Yes. And my
In
team will share you team will share you that link after this class or tomorrow
oh,
morning, I believe, because now
okay,
they'll not be available. Maybe tomorrow morning you'll get the session link.
sure, Mansa.
Oh,
Thank you. Thanks for the
yes.
session.
Yeah. Thank you so much for attending.
Thank
Thank you. Bye bye.
This conference will now be recorded.